Welcome, welcome! It's my dog with the Texas Space Navy bringing you another Star Citizen video. And today we are going to talk about box missions. So box missions pay off about 8,000 UEC. Best place to start is Hurston or around Hurston. You can be at Everest. And you can pick up as many of these as you want. I would pick up a few. They mostly all deal with this Hurston area, so you'll be able to pick up a lot of boxes and drop them off all at the same time, kind of, if you plan carefully. So you can definitely pick these up in the delivery missions tab under general on your contract manager on your Moby Glass. Very easy missions to do most of the time. You'll see the difficulties I'll have actually later in this video, but for the most part these missions are quite easy to do, and you can string quite a few of them together usually. You will get paid off a pretty good amount. As you can see, I took 6 of them. So 6 times 8,000 is 48,000 credits. And boy, do I need those 48,000 credits right now. That will definitely help me get back into some cargo running maybe. Because I'm at like 53,000 credits at the moment. Not a lot. Not what I'm used to. I lost millions in the last few patches doing cargo runs that disappeared. So hopefully I will be able to build up some funds and get back into the cargo running grind. Hopefully I won't lose all that money doing those cargo runs because of 30Ks and other nonsense that CIG has not fixed yet. Now, I have heard that CIG on the PTU, especially with like the Avocado testers and stuff, have been testing drawing back to 40 people per server. And the servers have been much more stable as they've drawn back just the 10, extra players. So a lot of you may notice if you get on a server and that server just spools up and you only have a few people on that server, it runs great. So the biggest problem with the servers, obviously, is there's just too much information for them to have to run in order for them to run efficiently with 50 players. They're just not ready for that yet. They need the iCache. They need server meshing. Well, server meshing more than anything when it comes to the server issues like that. So that is still an issue with Star Citizen. And until they get those couple of items in, that's some of the things we're going to have to face. We're still going to see a lot of those 30Ks. Now, 30Ks can happen for all sorts of reasons. And they do fix a lot. And I think 312's been mostly or more stable than a lot of the patches we've seen in the last year. At least that's what I think. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong compared to your experience in the comments down below. I chose to take my Pisces out for these box missions. It's a very quick little ship. I mean, it can get from point A to point B very fast. It can carry a little bit of boxes in the back. I'm not going to use this thing in combat. I would run probably if I got attacked. But this thing has a good quantum jump capability. It's just a good all-around ship for this kind of activity. Of course, not everybody's going to have a Pisces. This would be fine in 100 series, 300 series, Avengers. It'll be fine in a lot of those ships that have space for cargo. You can do it in Aurora, guys. So, don't shy away from the Aurora. So, my first stop here is Everest Harbor, which is the space station that is above Hurston and Lorville. I have to go here and pick up a box. Yeah, that's one of the places you have to go to pick up a box for this mission. So, that's my very first stop. And I'm going to bring it down nice and easy on the landing pad here. And then I'll run in and get my box, bring it back out, hopefully before the ship times out and they store my ship. That little bitty ship on that big landing pad. That's crazy. So here we are going into the station, and you have to go to the admin building or admin office for you to get this box in this particular mission. Now the great thing is of course you have a little waypoint that's there that shows you where to go, kind of. You still have to take the elevators. Take it to the Galleria, and then in the Galleria, up above, on top of the second floor there, you're going to see the admin office. So that's where you have to go to pick up this particular box. Now, there are similar admin offices in other space stations. They will be in different locations. They like to change it up a little bit, which is great. I don't want to see the same cookie cutter place every time. Now, they do seem very similar, even though they're not cookie cutter. They're very much alike. But that's okay. I mean, they can get into more customization later on. Just as long as they've got something in the game here that's a little different from everything. So I got this box. Now, I did get my Gray Cat multi-tool, and I put the tractor beam on it, and I was really wanting to use that in this particular mission, but sadly I didn't get the opportunity, or at least I didn't utilize the opportunity when I had it. So you're just going to see me carrying boxes. Not a biggie. You know, it's easy. You know, you're not dropping a box to hit a button here, thankfully. So now we're going to travel back to the pad and get back in the Pisces and go get the next box. So essentially, this first little mission that I chose to take on for you guys, you have to pick up a box in 3 different locations and deliver each one of those boxes to one location. So all 3 boxes are going to go to the same location on Hurston. And they have missions that are like that, and then they have delivery missions that are the other way around, where you pick up 3 boxes from one location and you have to deliver it at 3 separate other locations. So there is definitely some variation in the delivery missions. They each pay $8,000 at first. I haven't gone far enough into the delivery missions to see if they will scale up eventually. I should hope, like, if you're flying across the system to do a delivery, that it would scale up. But I have a feeling most of them are going to be within your own little planetary system, or, you know, planet and its moons. Because Hurston has, or Crusader has a ton of different planets and moons, you know, well, I should say Stanton. But yeah, there's a bunch of planets, bunch of moons, so there's plenty of places to go to do these delivery missions. So really cool. Now, something else that I just heard today is that they are delaying the Xenothreat 312 missions. They're not quite ready. They're a lot of fun, they said, but they're just not where they want them to be in order to release it to the public. And that's sad. That's a shame. I know we all want to play those missions through and see what we can do against an AI Idris. I know I'm looking forward to taking my crew out and doing that. I think it'll be a lot of fun. But we're going to have to wait. Right now, you can still spawn Idris if enough of you have a high enough crime stat that a Navy Idris will spawn. First, you have to go through some of the other Navy ships like Hammerheads and all that. As you can see, I'm going to Magda here, I believe, and we are going to pick up another box. So this is the second box we're picking up. Yeah, and so you could also possibly get the Navy Idris, not the Navy Idris, but the Arlington missions, Arlington gang missions to spawn an Idris that way as well. I don't really know anybody that's gone through that whole mission line just yet. You have to get Miles Eckhart as a mission giver, and he will give you the series of missions until you get to the final Arlington gang mission. I will be attempting to get to that point here eventually. There's a lot of things going on, you know, with the holidays and everything else, work. So I have to take what I can get when I can get it, so to speak. This little particular run, well, you know, you could probably do it easily within 30 minutes or so. It just depends on how much doodling you do, you know, how much cinematic camera work you do, and how many different places you're stopping to pick up boxes and drop them off. But you could make a decent amount of money in an hour. It's not like it was a couple of patches ago where you're making 107,000 credits every hour, which is a shame. You know, that was really nice and healthy. But, you know, you could still make, you know, the 48,000 credits relatively quickly, considering. So, here we are. We've gone from Magda. Now we're going to head over to Ariel and pick up our last box before we go to Hurston to drop them all off. So far, so good. What are you guys' experience with the delivery box missions in 312? I know what some of you have experienced in previous patches. What's your experience in this particular patch? How are things going for you doing these box delivery missions right now? You'll see here in a minute, you know, how easy it is for me, or you know, what complications will come up on here in a few minutes. But you know, it's not that bad. You get to see the sights. It's pretty laid back. You don't really have to deal with pirates so much. So the delivery box missions can earn you a nice amount of credits per hour, you know, if you're dedicated to doing it, if you have the right ship, etc. Here we are on Ariel, and now we're going to fly down to our base to pick up, well, not our base. We're going to go down to the base to pick up the box that we need. And it's going to be on the dark side of the moon. So as we fly up here around the pole, you can see we're going to descend into the dark side. Some of these atmospheres are very difficult to see things when you're on the dark side of the planet. Whether they have, you know, increased fog, clouds, you know, it could be very difficult to pick up where you want to go. So you definitely need to continue using the B button for navigation just to know exactly where you want to go. I think I'm going to swing this in wide here so I can line up for a nice landing. That seems like the best way to go about it. Oh, a little hiccup there. As we're going to come down and land on this pad over here to the right. And the storage building that we need to get our box from is going to be there on the left in the screen there. But this is what's going to happen when I do my box runs. 30K. You get sat down. You get to your third box. And all of a sudden, the dang game 30Ks you out. That's how my box runs in. Screw it. I'm going to kill folks. So I'm going to jump in my Vanguard, and I'm going to go do authorized execution warrants. I'm going to go evict illegal occupants, and that's how I'm going to make my money. How are you going to make your money when your box mission 30K's on you? If you like this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy, and I'll see you out in the verse.